Hey guys, Rudo here. So today we're going to be plasti dipping my lip. So I've actually taped off an area on the ground where I'll be doing the actual spraying. This white stuff you see here is remnants of an old paint job that the previous owner had. It's smooth to the touch though, so it's not gonna hopefully not show because it is smooth. So the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna give it a wipe down with a dry cloth, microfiber cloth, to make sure that there's no residue or debris or any other anything, I guess, on the lip. And then we're gonna go ahead and plasti dip it. So I've got my can of black plasti dip sitting in some warm water here. So this is the black matte black dip, and then we're gonna hit it with some glossifier in order to make it look like just paint, I guess, and glossy like the rest of the car. So I got my tape that I used to tape everything off here, and I got this little spray thingy that will help me spray it on well. So let's give it a wipe and we'll get started. So before we start the actual spraying, I'm going to quickly go through what I did with the sanding. So I actually did an 80 grit wet sand. Doing it dry, I was afraid that I was going to damage the paint too much, but it actually came out pretty okay. So I did all wet sanding, so I did 80 grit, and then I believe I did 240 grit, and I finished with 480 grit. Which basically, oh, and then I finished it off, I think, quickly with a 600 grit as well. All wet sands, and it looks not bad. Like this stuff here, like it shows up more than it actually is in terms of like the topography of this. It's pretty flat, so hopefully it won't show up too much when I plasti dip. I did the best I could, kind of sanding out all the rough edges. So yeah, so now that we've prepped it, we've sanded, we've taped our area off, we've warmed up our plasti dip, I'm gonna actually start spraying. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so a bit of an update. I've done 2 thicker coats so far, and it's looking pretty good. Still, you can see a bit of white there, but that'll go away with the next 2 or 3 coats. You can see here, I guess I didn't sand it well enough. There's a bit of a accent, like it's slightly raised here in this area, which kind of sucks, but it's alright. It's not too bad. So for now, I'm happy with that. So I actually looked it up, and I think you're supposed to wait about 10-15 minutes per coat in order to dry. So that's what I'm going to do. I did about 5 for the first, between the first and the second one. The first and second heavier ones. But yeah, now I'm going to wait for it to dry a bit more before I go in with it. It looked like it had a fair bit of orange peel at first, but once it's drying, it actually doesn't look too bad. And I think it'll look pretty good once I put the glossifier as well. I put 2 heavy coats of that. It should be looking good. So yeah, so I'll do 3 more heavy coats. It's gonna be a bit, so I'll just time lapse, but then we'll take a look after the 5 coats, and then we'll add the glossifier. Alright, so small update. So I've done the full 5 thick heavy coats of the matte black, and it's looking pretty good. There's almost very little orange peel in most places. Fortunately, the sun started coming out and started shining the light directly here. Here you can see a little bit of the slightly raised things, but it's very, very unnoticeable unless the light is hitting it. And this is under my bumper anyway, or like inside my grill, so it doesn't really matter. The biggest things like here, I can't really show, but like right there you can see that area. It's slightly raised there. That's the worst of it really, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with that. So I want to quickly put the gloss coats on. So we're going to do 2 heavy gloss coats because the stupid sun is coming out and it's gonna start messing things up potentially. But so yeah, so I'm gonna do the 2 heavy gloss coats, and then we'll take a final look at it and then get it installed. Hey guys, so last update before we start drying. So I finished the two layers and coats of the glossifier. So it's looking pretty good. Still got a bit of orange peel. I'm hoping that that clears up as it dries. The glossifier does dry slower than the matte black, I've noticed. So hopefully as the glossifier dries, the orange peel will go away. Now, unfortunately, I did kind of mess up a little, of course, on the last coat. When else? So I lost my balance when I was doing the last coat, and I actually bobbled the spray can. I kept it directed a little too long. I'm gonna try and see if I can get it in the shot, but basically, oh, there we go, right there. See, it kind of started dripping. It looks like it's kind of not becoming more and more unnoticeable as it dries. So hopefully, by the time it dries, it's completely unnoticeable. But yeah, it sucks that it happened, but otherwise it looks pretty solid. So here it kind of didn't get any better. You can still see it's still a little raised there, but it's all right. I mean, I bought the lip for 30 bucks Canadian, and then I got the plastic dip for like 10 bucks Canadian, so I ended up 40 bucks for this lip. It's not bad. I mean, this is the first time I plastic dip something. I can always, think about plastic dip is that it's removable, so if I want to try again in the future, I just gotta peel it off. I did put solid 5 heavy coats plus the 2 tack coats at the beginning plus the 2 glossifier coats, so I'm hoping that that should be enough for it to just kind of come off fairly easily. So if in the future I want to try again, if I get better or something, or if I get a new lip for whatever reason, I can always just try it and do it again, I guess, in order to do it better. But yeah, so for now we're just gonna leave it like this. We're gonna wait about 4 hours. So right now it's about 3:45ish. So this evening, hopefully the sun doesn't go down too much and it's not too dark. We're gonna go and try and get it on the car. And so yeah, so for now we'll wait until it dries. Hey guys, so it's the next day, and so the plastic dip is fully cured. So now we're going to actually bolt this thing on. So what we're going to do is, I turned the wheel already. You're going to drill a couple of holes here with the lip. We'll go over here, and you're going to drill a couple of holes, and then same thing on the other side. So you have to turn your wheel twice to give room for the drill. And then in the middle here, so I've already cleaned up here. So what we're gonna do is, well, what I already did was wiped it down with a bit of isopropyl alcohol. Same thing here, and then we're gonna set up. Oh, it's a little dirty here. Oh no, never mind, that'll come up. We're going to put some double-sided tape along this edge here. I could even put it along that edge on the bumper, or just put it in the bumper, and then that'll keep it nice and secure. So 2 bolts on each side, and then the tape in the middle should hold it well. So let's get to it. All right, so tape's on the lip. So this front here has been taped down, so now all I gotta do is screw on the self-tapping screws that we've got over here. So we're just gonna screw these on and be on our way. Let's do it. And just like that, guys, bam, it's on. And it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. That looks hella good. Hey guys, so that was the install of my Integra Type R replica lip on the front. I'm really happy how it came out. The plasti dip came out pretty well, especially the black was looking pretty good, and then afterwards the glossifier kind of created some orange peel. For next time, for future reference, if you guys want to try this, what you have to do is actually get closer, get the nozzle closer to whatever you're plasti dipping, and it has to be a little thicker in order for you to avoid that orange peel look. It's not too bad. I mean, it does look orange peely. It doesn't look completely smooth, but it looks okay. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the results. I got the lip for 30 bucks, the plasti dip for 20. So at 50 bucks, I got a good looking lip. The fitment's pretty good too. Secured on either side with 2 screws, and then the tape in the middle makes it look really good. It's gonna hold on really well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, don't hesitate to subscribe. I've got a lot of content coming up. I gotta install my mud guards. I got a new lip coming in. I gotta strip my interior again. I gotta fix my leak. So there's gonna be a video on that. Lots of videos coming up. I'm gonna start kind of doing more vloggy style. Just basically what I'm doing with the Integra. We gotta install a new radio. I got a lot coming up, so please hit the subscribe button. Lots of content coming up.
Also follow me on Instagram at jurdo.dc4. I post daily, and I also post constant stories throughout the day of kind of just snips of my life, and also kind of if you want to follow the Integra more closely with like behind the scenes and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.